If you were their
trying to
coach,
win.
like, oh, maybe you should go with the old coddle, something that doesn't go well with coddle pick.
Coddle these days just doesn't go well with
yeah,
anything.
exactly. Maybe you don't just pick it.
Yeah, I hope that they stay conservative.
No, I kind of agree. I mean, Terrorblade is one of those heroes where you think like, okay, it's fine, you know, to play Terrorblade because it's pretty straightforward. But if it's not something that you do a lot, then you can kind of bunk it up, I guess.
Radiant team
It was
back.
definitely bumped.
We do have another draft.
We do. We're back in the lobby, and this time heroes are appearing on the screen, so we should be
Radiant team
good to go as we get into our game 3. And here we have it once again, Mousesports. It worked last game. Let's do it again. Queen of Pain and Treant. This time Planet Dog will get the Jakiro in response to the Treant.
Dude, what is with all these
Dire
DK
team
bans?
back.
Does Thug just really not like the Queen of Pain DK matchup or something?
Maybe he just doesn't like being able to just constantly dominate the lane. With the DK, you're not really going to be, like, he's just going to, what, breathe fire, bottle crow. He's going to get his farm, he's going to get his levels. Maybe he wants to be able to outplay the other mid.
Well, if you judge it based on the first phase bans, since they're getting tree so often nowadays, DK is like amazing
Yeah,
against
super
tree.
good against that.
Pop dragon
Yeah.
form, you just kill the tower,
Radiant
like
team
100%.
back.
Same thing with Jakiro, really, but I guess it's a support versus a core role, and I think DK obviously incentivizes a team to push just that much more.
How heavily has Lena been favored in Europe?
Not really.
Not-
Well, at least
not
not in
really.
these
Really?
teams.
Not with these teams, yeah.
And if you do see Alina, it's not in
5
these
seconds
teams
remaining.
again, but like
Yeah.
in the region as a whole, it'll be 4th or 5th pick.
That's just strange, you know, because all these teams, they really do have those hero pools, and even though I really think Lena's probably one of, like, top 3 heroes in Dota right now, if they don't feel comfortable with it, you don't know how to play around and play with it. Like you said, you don't
Top
want to...
3.
Oh, easily.
That's a very high claim.
I know,
Doesn't lose middle lane, is probably a top 2 hero late game, right? Her level 25 talent is fucking nuts.
It is
I
pretty
mean, that's-
insane.
What's
It's
the
true,
what's the stance on carry Venomancer in NA?
Oh, it's picked up all the time and it loses all the time. That's literally how it is. It's, Moo plays it mostly at complexity. I think they played it like 6 times and it's won once. He farms. Literally 40 minutes of farm, does not go to fights. I wouldn't put it all on him because, I mean, a captain could make a call, you should come to a fight, but it just loses a lot. We see it a ton.
That's
It doesn't work, though, at all. Has it worked in Europe? Or are they just not really
More
playing as much?
often than we'd like.
It's been
Yeah,
quite
it's
successful.
worked quite a bit.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
they,
definitely.
I mean, from what you're saying, it's a little bit different. They don't play. I mean, they obviously do farm.
Yeah.
But what they do sometimes is they'll transition from like their lane to the enemy safe lane, set up wards, kill the tower, you know,
Yeah.
buy your veil, use poison over in team fights and stuff like that. They're pretty proactive, I would say. Even if the playstyle of Veno in general is like, what's a word that I can use to politely describe something that makes me physically nauseous?
Nauseous.
That's fair.
Radiant team
But yeah, it's as someone who plays Dota, watching Veno, you just kind of feel, eh.
Yeah. Because, right, you jump onto him, he's just going to cast ult, and then, well, there you go. He either runs, you kill him, or everything just dies, whatever.
In regards to the Lena, though, that we were talking about, I know that Kaiser has played Lena.
Okay.
5 seconds
Wish they
remaining.
would. That's such a, it just feels like such a good hero that the Dragon Slave spam early is insanely
Reserve
good.
time.
I think one of the main reasons why maybe Planet Dog don't play it as much, because they typically pick Kaiser a hero that is kind of standalone. Like, Puck is a really good example. You don't have to really help the Puck's lane. The
Yeah.
Puck is always going to do okay. And Swift Ending always picks these really weak laning phase heroes like Slark and other stuff that kind of needs the help. So you can't have like a weak safe lane and a mid laner that's also very gankable.
Yeah.
You leave yourself very susceptible to just getting ran over.
Have we talked about the about Kaiser fighting up against his old team? Was he kicked from that team, or did he leave back when he was on London Conspiracy?
I think he...
Because, man,
I
he
want to
missed out
say
on
he was
that boat.
kicked, I think.
Dire team
Yeah,
pick.
interesting.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long
like,
time ago, but
one
still.
or 2 years ago?
He's-
2 years, maybe?
I don't actually
2 or
remember.
3. It was 2 or 3. I was, yeah.
was a
But
long
that's to feel
time.
bad, right? These guys just got second at Boston. They've been qualifying for a ton of lands. He's probably looking at this. He's like,
Radiant
okay,
team
grats. You got invited to Boston. You got invited to all this. Let's be real. TI's it's top heavy just for that one tournament. You get to that tournament, who cares about the other 4 lands they went to? That feel great.
There's only one thing right now, I think, going through Planet
10
Dog's mind.
seconds remaining.
I wish they didn't ban Darkseer.
5
Yeah,
seconds
but-
remaining.
Can't be surprised.
Only hopeful, and maybe a
Reserve
little
time.
bit spiteful.
Only like if Planet Dog just like blew the lid off with Terrorblade and they're
Lycan.
Magi now or
Dire team pick.
So far, Mousesports have nothing better to do.
Wow, Lycan. Picked over Mousesports. Showing their
10
position one here in the
seconds
fourth pick. Like in the other games where they did leave it to last. Planet
5
Dog
seconds
themselves still
remaining.
needing that secondary. Oh, sorry, no, it's the offlane. They still need 3-3's hero. And it is going to be the Bat Rider. They
Radiant
take that up for
team
themselves
Bat.
this time round.
They did it again.
That's true. Yeah, this is the second time they did. They
Oh,
did.
wait, no.
Wait, no,
it
so that
was
was the other way
other way
around.
around.
That was the
It
other way
was
around. And
Mouse,
actually,
yeah.
that well, ended up working for Mouse. So
Yeah,
maybe they were like, well, if you can pick Bat into our Legion, we're going to pick Bat into your Legion.
Dire
It's
team
also on
Bat.
paper an easier Batrider game because he's not
Yeah.
playing into a Night Stalker.
Yeah, you've got the Night Stalker to help out with that vision, jumping forward.
Because they had Night
Yeah.
Stalker and Legion last game.
You
Yeah.
could still pick up a Nyx.
Yeah, Nyx is there,
10
isn't it?
seconds
Something to
remaining.
help catch that Ember
But
Spirit.
Treant Nyx, like, you would.
Is that not?
It doesn't feel like
5
you'd get
seconds
much done
remaining.
in lane. I know the buff to Nyx's level and stun is great, but
Yeah, that's
There's
true.
so much value from
Reserve time.
Carapace though in this
there
game.
there
Yeah.
is.
Is there anything that you can
Dire
even do against a
team
Bat Rider,
pick.
no matter what support you pick, though?
Now, I guess I'm.
You could pick Oracle.
I don't know. I don't think Mouse play
Jesus,
that.
I've never heard of someone campaigning so much in this past series. Have you secretly just been an Oracle lover this whole time?
No.
You're hustling me?
You know how long it
10
took me to learn
remaining.
his ability names?
Oh, no.
Took me
you,
like a
you and
year.
literally every caster.
Yeah.
5
What
seconds.
what is it? It's Fortune's End is Q for sure.
Yeah,
W is
Fate's
Fate's
Edict.
Edict.
They see the
Yeah.
Purifying Flames.
Is E,
Purifying
and
Flames.
then
Reserve
False
time.
Promise.
I would love whenever I'm watching a cast say, and he uses the, and then he hovers over the spell name, and he uses the false promise to save his life.
See, that's where I go with the hotkeys. I'm
To be
sure it's
fair,
not right.
Like
but-
compared to all the other heroes in the game who have like simple names for abilities,
yeah,
all that stuff. I mean, I know it's lore-wise accurate to the hero,
of course.
but still,
I don't know.
And then the
everyone
names make
adapted
sense
very
as
well
well.
to Slardar's changes. Like everyone, it's like you flip the switch and everyone's like corrosive haste. That's the stuff.
Wait, what?
yeah, because
His
it's
ult's
not,
Corrosive Haze?
it's not Fortune's.
I thought that was
End.
like Viper's ult. No, I'm just kidding.
that's-
No, he's got corrosive. There's corrosive skin.
Oh.
There's corrosive skin, corrosive haze. Is there corrosive armor or something? No, just the two corrosives.
Oh, I like the Disruptor ban though. Even though Batrider can
Yeah,
kind of
it's good
bully him
against
as well
the
as Night Stalker,
I
the
think you're thinking
Vision.
of corruption. Which,
Oh yeah, you've got that. Yeah. Few colors.
Hmm.
Planet Dog. What do they take here for their big boy for swift ending?
I do want to say, Fogged says he thinks Ember is one of the most garbage cores right now, and he's really surprised
I'm
teams
not
are
a
picking
fan.
it
Yeah. This is the first time we've seen it.
as a, okay. He just
Today.
I think that it goes kind of in the line of what I was saying earlier, that they want to give Kaiser a hero that can do stuff.
yeah.
So Swift Ending can get a core that maybe is a little bit more on the greedy side, or at least needs like 15 minutes or so to get going.
And what do you want to see? You just think it's gonna be like the Veil bots build that everyone goes?
Pretty much
Maybe.
has been. Really,
I
really
mean,
is.
it's really good synergy with his lineup. He's got a Batrider and a Jakiro. It's a ton of
But you have
magic
to deal
damage
with
already.
Legion, though.
That's true. Yeah. And one of the games in NA, he went bots Solar Crest. They lost,
Really?
of course.
Oh,
yeah,
that
bots
sounds-
Solar Crest.
I've been seeing a lot of Blade Mail Solar Crest as well.
Yeah,
against
I think
some-
Blade Mail's
some
really good on that
lineups.
hero.
Yeah, I think it's a good build for this game.
I know Envy goes.
Oh, okay. So Mousesports, well, they only have a support really to pick up in
In my opinion,
reaction.
Nyx is still even like.
Yeah, Nyx is great here. I think.
Oh, wait up. This is where you pull out the cool beans support invoker. Or the Chen,
or
whatever.
Or the Chen.
Or the Chen. I
Or
mean,
the
that's
Chen.
what I was
Or
going to
the
say
Chen.
next. I was going to say that next.
Dude,
obviously.
you know-
Tomato, tomato, really.
They say
Wow.
that, Chen's ult isn't as good as Lycan's.
But if
How?
they
But
have
if you
both.
have both.
My
My
God.
goodness, the balance
You
is
know how much
OS
heal there
frog
is?
and a half.
There's living armor, there's press the attack, there's
Yeah.
howl, and there's hand of God.
All the heals.
Dude, that's insane.
There's
That
something
is-
else too about Chen, and more specifically, I guess Wraith King. They have to remember, awful laner, like just
Yeah.
awful. If you pressure that hero at all, like he's already a Wraith, but he is like dead beyond being dead. He doesn't do. He has mana for like 2 stuns. He's like Sven, except worse base armor. He doesn't have like a utility spell like Warcry. He is like the most susceptible to being aggroed
10
and ran at, I
seconds
think, of
remaining.
any.
So
of
why'd
the
they
cores
pick
we've
him?
seen.
Because
Do you
that's
think?
a swift ending style thing. I mean,
Just-
I don't
it's
think
a him
different
hero?
players,
Yeah.
but
I mean, it's-
with his style, it definitely kind of matches up.
Yeah.
Isn't it good, like in terms of core v core against the Lycan? In the sense that Lycan during
If
his ult
you-
could probably only kill the Wraith King once.
If you forget that the laning phase exists,
Yes.
then
If you
yes.
if you assume you get to the same point in the
It
mid
is-
game, then
it is a hero.
I don't know.
Also, freaking his aura is completely useless this game.
I don't know.
What is
I think
Vampire
I don't
supposed
think.
to
I
do?
think you guys are underselling it. I don't think it's that bad at all.
I'm not underselling
Okay.
it. Your analysis of what he does during the mid game is correct if he is
gets-
allowed
okay.
to get items. If he doesn't get items, he is going to be useless.
And look at how much, look at how much map movement and vision the Radiant has. With Trian being invis, the Chen moving around the map, you're always gonna have to be scared of either. If you don't have wards up, you can't do anything on the map at all. Wolves as well, Night Stalker, Nighttime, like.
All right, Grant, walk me through it. You're safe lane Wraith King. What's your game plan?
Hope you try lane, and because they see 3 heroes, people just leave the lane, and you get a free lane, and you farm like 2 items, and then you lose in the mid game.
Shouldn't you win in the mid game? Isn't that why they picked the Wraith King?
Yeah, but it's a Wraith King. Look who he's into. He's Wraith King into a quab, not gonna do anything. You're definitely gonna see 1 or 2 Halberds this game. It ruins Wraith King and Lycan. Both teams should pick it up. That item's just owned is this game for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the one saving grace is that Planet Dog have incredibly strong supports. Like Jakiro in his own right is super strong, Night Stalker is super strong. I just don't really feel like they have the heroes to deal with Chen. Like there's no CM, there's no Witch Doctor to deal with the creeps.
Well, I'm gonna let you and Owen and maybe Tsunami, I don't know, figure it out because deuces.
What is
Later.
deuce?
Peace out.
He's
I
out.
thought that was NA for something rude.
Oh, well,
Well,
that's just
Like,
Deuce.
oh,
Yeah.
well, it's very honestly, Grant. You have to just sully our cast one of those silly words. But thanks, Grant. Bye, Grant. We're here indeed. It's myself, Draskell, and Tsunami for this amazing Game 3. Mousesports versus Planet Dog. We kind of said before we're going to see something a little bit different. The Spartan Chen, I think, certainly counts as one of that.
I think Chen's actually crazy good right now.
You think?
I'm surprised.
I mean,
that- Yeah, I do.
he was
Because-
seen as pretty bad for a period.
So, here's the thing. People obviously open supports first all the time. And, you know, you see a matchup where you pick some, like, specific offlaner, like, let's say Darkseer, for example. Enemy team picks, like, Disruptor. You pick Chen into that, that Disruptor doesn't have a game. Like, his game is over. Because you send a creep to his lane, and he goes, oh, this creep's actually better than me until I'm, like, level 7. So you pressure the lane a tremendous amount with very little in the way of investment. You don't need a lot of items. You can, like, your transition into the mid game isn't fantastic, but Penitence is always like a very useful spell because of damage amplification. You can send people home. There's a lot actually that you can do on a Chen that I feel that people undervalue. I mean, I'm an awful Chen player.
Yeah.
Just awful. Like, if you watch me play Chen, you'd probably just tell me to not ever play Dota again. But I think the hero has a lot of potential.
But how often do you draft supports that, like, Chen more than most other supports, I say, does not get better as the game. Whereas,
No,
like,
I agree.
As a disruptor, you're like, you know, initially you suck, but then this Glimpse gets a few points, and then just suddenly things start looking like you're a hero. But Chen, the first 15 minutes are great. If you are not Chen, you are a Centaur, or you are a Dark Troll Warlord, or you are a creep, but you're a heavy creep. But heavy creeps become really useless.
No, that's definitely accurate. I think it's just about if you play a good game and you have solid rotation with the way that people are picking, at least in the EU qualifier, and the kind of push potential that most lineups have, you should get a lot of map control from just getting that good first 15 minutes. And if you can hold on to that map control after the fact, then you're looking good.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. Is it again? Well, mainly the Wraith King is more concerned. Still outside of the wheelhouse that I've seen Dog play. At least it's not as. Oh, man, 33 is very unpleasant.
Fortunately, it has boots to be able to walk it off.
No, the other lane's what we've got mid lane, very even at the moment between Kaiser and Thug. But yeah, both teams, you know, running this aggressive trial. And is there a team that's who's trying to dodge who? You know, who's ended up with the better position?
Oh, they don't want the Chen to find descending. That's like I think probably one of the worst things that can happen. 2 base armor. It's got a lot of HP, but if he gets ran up by creeps, I'm going to be suffering.
Split it. Don't need a blink.
But at the same time, the Milan has got an invis rune, so that's going to catch Spartan a little off guard. That's the first boulder indeed, bringing Kaiser down low. He is going to get the 2 more boulders if that golem does go down. He's keeping it on top of Kaiser. There's the second 2. We'll see if he gets them going, but he's got to worry about his own hero as Milan and J4 come forward, looking to force Spartan back. Thug as well getting pressurized. So a good job really for Planet Dog that they had Milan and J4 quick with the reaction.
Chen was able to walk into
Oh my god.
yeah, see, that's the thing. If Chen was able to walk into a creep wave the same time that he was going into that Mud Golem rotation, then he could have persuaded the lane creep, immediately split it, and you saw how much damage that did to him.
Yeah, that creep in particular is crazy strong. But this is the kind of lane pressure that you want from a Chen. You know, he's going to allow... The Ember versus Queen matchup is really tricky because Queen wins the lane from like levels 1 to 6, but as soon as the Ember gets Fire Remnant, you can just solo kill the Queen if the Queen's not careful enough. So I like the fact that he's rotated MNT in the meantime. Dead zone.
Spotted out, revealed himself here by the tower, and immediately Milan comes across with the TP reaction, brings the vision to the fight, and they secure themselves first blood. Planet Dog. Meanwhile as well, bottom lane, you know, Swift Denny, he is having an absolutely untouched time down here. He's top of the CS. No issue at all as Mousesports are just leaving this Wraith King be in these first 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's not something they seem to care about too much, which...
Should you?
I don't know. I haven't seen Wraith King in a while, so I'm not sure of like what the go-to build is. You used to see people buying like Radiance, stuff like that.
Midas Radiance, yeah.
You know, you had your Armlet Blink, Maelstrom meta as well. There was a lot of different iterations of how you build this hero. So Swift Ending being a very... what's the word? Eclectic, maybe?
Yeah, okay, I can agree with that.
He was kind of like the old Illidan. He would play random heroes and do random things. So, let's see what he does.
Now 3-3, finding Spartan. Does have Milan here as well. Spartan in a lot of trouble as 33 just goes straight up with the Firefly, forcing the Chen back. Couple of stacks of napalm upon him as they chase him down. MNT is there. Spartan kept alive for a little bit of time thanks to the Howl, but can't get up there. Shrine still unavailable for 9 seconds anyway. They will punish the bat in response as mass TPs come through from Mouse. So 1 for 1, and getting the offlaner Mouse will be the slightly happier side there. Did cost them quite a bit of a reaction, and of course going to free up this bottom lane even more as there's now nobody down here on the side of Mouse. This whole area of the map has just been left for the time being, giving Swift Ending all the space in the world. And the build wise, looks like we're not going to see any sort of Midas Radiance shenanigans straight up. It is going to be the battle build, the treads into Armlet that he's looking for. Mid lane, that's going to be where the heavy focus is at the moment. 3 members of both sides. Spartan looking for the wraparound, throws down the clap and the Satire Blast, and with the Scream, they'll get it. Milan taken down. Thug granted the kill. Top lane, 33 coming in again onto Madara. MNT is there as well, so 33 can't get too aggressive. Skylark going to make the long walk back towards the bottom lane, but he simply is a level 4 Legion up against what is now a level 6 Wraith King with the reincarnation available. Top lane, MNT moves in onto 33, but Milan is there. Spartan's come in with the wraparound, does have the creeps as well, throws down the blast, but 33 knocks them back with the flame break. Madara with 4 sticky napalm stacks upon him. He is going to look to get the kill potentially. Oh, Madara tries to bring down 33, but 33 survives up on the high ground. The root is there to hold back Milan. J4's there, throws down the fire, burns through Madara, but the living armor, is it enough to keep him alive? It's not. Finally falls, but does bring down the Night Stalker with him. 33 still alive, pops the 1 charges. Again, trying to knock them away with the flame break, but Thug blinks forward. Came in with the rotation, does find the trade as he takes down the bat in response to losing the Lycan. And now with some creeps up here, they could try and put some pressure. Well, the tier 1 is already gone. J4 does get the deny.
That's the influence of the Chen.
That's the influence of Chen and Howl, actually.
Yeah, that too. That is something that we kind of neglected to mention.
True.
Is just the Howl and how good it is with a Chen, or anything really with
Summons.
any summon, yeah. It's going to allow you to just kill a tower. Range attacks.
So overall, the pressure's certainly working out in that sense. Mid lane though, Madara's come across, he's in trouble. Crippling Fear's there. The flame break not too ideal, it doesn't bump him straight back into their hands, and that's going to mean there's time for a reaction. Skylark TP's across, yet to hit 6 though, so doesn't really have lockdown for a kill. Just providing the safety for Madara to be okay in that situation. Top lane J4 in the neighborhood as well as Thug. Thug does have Sonic Wave to go.
Planet Dog want to be so aggressive, but they can't because every single time you show up to a lane, all the lane needs to do is hit W. your only real solid thing is Wraith King. It's not fun.
But he is getting absolute free farm. I mean, this Swift ending, not missing a creep as it seems.
The thing that to me is even more scary is once the Hand of God is online, you're getting what, 625 HP during nighttime between the Howl and the Hand of God. That is actually nuts.
Oh, here we go, the double Hellbear bringing Swift Ending down low. MNT and Skylark trying to chase him down. They don't have that level 6, but it looks like they won't need it. Swift Ending taken down once. J4 is there with the reaction. The rest of Planet Dog on the way down as well. They'll look for the Ray Fire Blast onto Skylark. TP coming through from Madara, pops the ultimate form. The Legion will just survive thanks to the living armor. Remnant 4 from Kaiser does finish off the kill. Sonic Wave out onto 2. Kaiser falling down low again with the Remnant Burst and the Slider Chains. Takes a second. Double kill for Milan. They're not done yet. They're moving in for more. The silence on Thug holding him in place. Swift Ending looking for the vision for the stun. He's got it. Lays down the Ray Fire Blast. Takes down the Queen of Pain as well. MNT, can he finish off Swift? Swift getting so low thanks to the nuke of Spartan. They will punish the Wraith King for the dive. The rest of them now on the way out. A bit of a scrappy fight there. Skylark still going down to the start, man. He didn't get any XP out of that, so he didn't have any sort of level 6 to catch them out on the way back out. But as we saw there, very hectic fights. 2 for 3 trade. So overall, Planet Dog do come out on top.
Yeah, there was no Hand of God, unfortunately. I think Thug was like 1 mana short of blinking or something like that, and then he got the Arcane Boots from Spartan a tiny bit late. Wasn't able to get away. I think if he had been able to get out, then it probably would have been alright overall for an exchange in regards to what Mouse get out of it, but yeah, Planet Dog, all they really lost was a reincarnation cooldown, I guess. And they lost the Ember too, right?
Yeah.
Well, all things said, and 6 for 6, it's... I mean, the numbers show it very close, but you feel with one of the lineups that you're happy with the way this has gone? Like, with one of the sides expecting to do better in this opening 10 minutes?
I think you're happy if you're Dog right now.
Yeah?
Yeah, you are.
Chen is going to start falling off. As weird as it sounds, seeing as how it's only 10 minutes into the game, it's still true, because that's just the new hero. It's not going to be able to find very much farm on this one, because you have to deal with a Queen of Pain, a Legion Commander, and a Lycan, who are all great at farming the jungle, but you're not even going to be able to have easy times finding creeps either.
Yeah, very true.
Smoke up from Spartan and Thug as they go straight down towards the bottom. They know that their reincarnation will still be on cooldown, and it's a good time to abuse it. Maybe see if they can even get the juke up on. Oh no, they thought he was on the right. He does juke them initially. They may still be able to get him with the massive creep. No, there's going to be time for TP reactions to come in. They get the lasso, dragging back Skylark. Skylark with the heal, trying to back off. They do finish off the Wraith King as they move forward with the Hand of God, now looking for more. Skylark being chased down, still alive for the time being, gets rooted up by the Searing Chains. Skylark, will he fall? One more touch will do it. There we have it. Kaiser, Remnants forward, finishes off the kill. 1 for 1 at the moment. Spartan, not quite enough damage to finish off Milan, but Madara does get the double as he catches out the bat on his retreat. And moving over towards the shrine, a little bit deeper from Mouse, fighting around the shrine hill. Not really what you want to be doing, as MNT will pay the price for it. But they take him down. So the reaction from Planet Dog in time to get those 2 kills, and already off the back of just a bit of an awkward start to the fight there, as Swift Ending kind of inadvertently jukes them as Mousesports jumps straight across him and searched the wrong side of the lane for the Wraith King.
Yeah, I think he was like going for a pull or something. And then they all just kind of walked past him, and the creeps spotted him out. But I don't think
Centaur didn't stop.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't think Spartan actually saw him until it was too late. Maybe he was like looking in the side shop area or something, see if he was juking in that area.
Bottom lane, putting pressure on. 20 seconds until he has that reincarnation available again. What's the backup? And a big wraparound coming in from Mouse. Can they bring him down before he has the ult back up? 15 seconds, he has the outlet, but there's the duel and the Sonic Wave. They take down Swift Ending, moving on for more. Skylark and Thug jump forward, gets the double kill as they burst down Jakiro. Perfect fight for Mouse there. Clean 2 kills. No punishment in return from the side of Planet Dog, and they do get that bonus damage secured for Skylark.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I mean, like, reincarnations back up are like, there's way too much pressure that Mouse is applying right now, and they're getting away with it every single time. As the one decision of Swift Ending, like he's not playing the kind of hero that can participate in these fights early on. At least when
Yeah, if he has his ult, I think it's okay. Because he can like throw a stun. If they do go on him, then it's kind of setting up for even like a bat lasso. Everyone's going to be so slow from the respawn of the Wraith King that you can just go in. I mean, the other nice thing about their lineup is this has Kira level 7 on. So level 4 Liquefier on J4 means this tower is just dead. Like, the Mouz have no intention of defending it at all. They've already left, gone towards mid.
Here we go. It's the mid lane indeed. Mouse looking for the tier 1. What with the straight trade? Just Planet Dog.
They need to be careful about this. It's going to take a lot longer. Okay, they're not going to TP. I guess the Wraith King TP bottom, so they can't.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Line has been drawn, as they are going to head up towards that top tier 2 as well. The creep wave coming nicely over for Mouse, thanks to Thug, pushing it out.
Dire's middle tower is under
They'll look for
attack.
the trade. Planet Dog sticking to their guns on the bottom lane, moving forward on their Mouse's own tier 2.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
And we'll
attack.
see if anyone can get back for any sort of a defense. Their top tier 2 already down to half health. Push certainly going to be quick and swift from the Wraith King and J4's Dragon.
Radiant structures are
So keep just letting these towers go. TP will come through from the Night Stalker. Tower's already gone. No chance for Milan to get his head stuck in. And in fact, with a TP back, MNT is there. This push certainly a lot slower from Planet Dog. If he gets some extra numbers, he could look to try and set something up. Hasn't quite got the mana for the overgrowth. Very nearly there though. Trying his best to keep it alive with the living armor. No one else TPing down though, so at the end of the day, the tower will still be taken. As Planet Dog find it, and Swift ending here, going fully in on this ready to fight build with the Desert.
I'm super surprised that Mouse just gave
Dire's
gave the
middle
tier
tower
2
is
up.
under
You
attack.
have a Treant on your team, and you just traded 2 for 2 towers.
I guess the team was superior late game.
Yeah.
That is, yeah, it's normally not something that you do, but at the same time, with a Chen lineup, I feel like you're kind of forced to make those trades. Because if you don't go for the tier 2 and you just go back and defend your own tower, and then later on the Chen creeps become more and more worthless, it's like you're on this kind of timing window where if you don't take those towers now, taking them later is going to be even harder.
That's true, but at the same time you still have a Lightning.
Yeah, I guess.
Lightning is
Radiant's
going
middle
to
tower is under attack.
especially with
They've been gone on a little bit by the Night Stalker. Mouse will come towards the mid to hold out the defense. This is going to be a full-on push from Planet Dog though, with the 5 members ready to fight. Swift ending, of course with Reincarnation feeling very confident. Fire will start to burn through the living armor. There's the great Fire Blast connection. They'll lay down the ultimate, macropizing huge amounts of damage here to Skylark, and Skylark, he can't walk himself out of there. He's down. Madara with the ultimate, trying to chase them down. The Ice Path again holds them back. They'll turn with the Sonic Wave onto 2, but it's not quite enough damage to get the kill. And Madara and Thug have to head back up to the high ground, looking to shrine up. Swift ending comes in. They'll get themselves a second as they find out Spartan. The sentry is dropped. M&T just out of range, but they've got the dust. Chains connect from Kaiser, and they find a third. Planet Dog moving in thick and fast on the middle lane, taking 3, should easily be able to get the tier 1 as well. And they are starting to turn up the heat quite literally with the Kira Ember Spirit combo, and Mousesports don't seem too great at holding up pushes like this.
Well, Chen is not really a good defensive hero in the sense that he doesn't really defend against pushes. Like, the creeps can be annoying, but the later the game goes, the worse they are for being able to halt aggression. He's better at pressuring lanes and being the one who's pushing. Like, whenever Chen is on the offensive, I think is when he's at his strongest. You can still send people home, you know, pop Hand of God, stuff like that, buy your mech. But, yeah, in regards to defending towers, he's just very bad.
In terms of items, Kaiser on the way towards that Yules. Orchid very nearly done. Thug. A few hundred and the rest will be in his pocket. Skylark's only got the Blink Dagger as well, 2k upon himself, and in terms of Blink for 33, he is just a little further away, a few hundred gold to go. Did get a whiff of M&T being in the neighbourhood, and does in fact have it does. The chains are going to connect, and this should be a kill. They'll knock him back into the range of the dust, and M&T caught out by 33, and Kaiser, no help from his friends of course, too deep on enemy's territory. They'll put the hell, but it's not enough to save the tree. As Planet Dog pick up another, and starting to get some momentum going their way.
Boy, Swift ending.
Nearly had the Deso, very, very close.
Well, there is actually one thing that Lifesteal does this game. Allows you to take Roshan really easily.
That is very true. Because aside from that, they have one terrible approach. Jakiro helps somewhat, but only in the context of the racing and
Yeah, the Wraith King pick, I thought they were going to punish it more in the lane. Like, I thought that was the purpose of the
yeah,
pick,
they left him alone. I don't think Chen even went down there once.
Literally alone. Yeah. Like, no one from either team was in his lane. Which is very surprising. I mean, I can understand wanting to pressure the Ember a bit because you want your queen to stay ahead of that hero. Otherwise, it can become a liability having the queen like die because Searing Chains plus like triple remnant gank is really good, and there's a Night Stalker as well. So I get that, but yeah, leaving Swift Ending alone for as long as they have is a little bit strange for sure.
They're gonna head over.
What level is Wraith King?
He's level 12. He does have that second point in the ult. Shorter cooldown. It's going to be nice in the long run. Has the Deso brought out. So, I mean, Mouse are coming over with this smoke, but having to kill a Wraith King twice so close to his own towers, it's a tricky affair. They'll see a better pick off mid. They jump in with the duel and get the quick kill onto Jakiro. Swift Ending will TP over in reaction. Gets the double purple balls to the face. As he is pushed back. Blink Dagger now done on the Bat Rider.
Alright, so the Chen's got some super used Alpha Wolf and the Ogre Frost Mage. Those things are super value.
Especially noted.
It's pretty much the best part of Chen once like the first 20 minutes of the game is over, is that
bring me auras.
Yeah, you just get all the aura creeps. It's like I've even seen people get like Taskmaster and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Speed.
Lycan's very happy right now.
Time to group up and gear up for these pushes on Mouse, but it's going to be contested. Look at this wraparound from Planet. Kaiser has the Veil, has the Yules. He's going to feel very confident going in straight up. Madara blocks the shapeshift. The Orchid, but the Yules immediately counters it. He's going to be okay for the timing. Overgrowth does hold back the rest of Planet Dog. They have the duel. They're controlling Kaiser. Sonic Wave flies down to 3. They've taken down the Ember Spirit. The Dog in trouble as Lycan surrounded. Red Fire Blast chases him down. Do Earth the connection. Ice Path to follow through as well. They take the Lycan, but at the same time they lose the Bat on the sidelines. 2 for 3 though overall. Planet Dog coming out on top. Milan seeing if he can chase down for more. He's got vision on Skylark, gets the Void connection. J4 and Swift Ending coming in as well. They should be able to make this a 4 for 2 unless Skylark could do some big old jukes. He gets the blink off into the trees and he's done it there. Very sweet. I think he went for the backpack trick to make sure he could get that blink off. It certainly worked out as he does save his life. So both teams taking casualties, but amongst it all, Swift Ending survives. Off the back of that, he's very close to having his own Blink Dagger. Lycan loses his life again.
That was a really strange engagement. I thought that, like, I didn't actually see what happened to Skylark during the fight. Thug is going to be jumped on here, but...
I was thinking of turning. Skylark does have a duel available. MNT in the neighborhood as well. Thug just jumps into the middle of them all. With the nuke as well from Skylark, they just blow the Night Stalker straight up.
A nice little pick. That bottom fight, though, how did he get... Okay, he got Wraith King stun. Yeah. Then he got full duration lassoed. Then he got Ice Path to get a Wraith King stun, and there was no press the attack.
No, he was too far away from the rest of his team.
So what happened was Legion Commander was on the right side next to Pain, and initially Ember just like went straight downtown and got a Searing Chains off. And Queen of Pain and Legion Commander were just like sitting there, and then immediately Jakiro put a Macro Fire, and so Legion Commander was like, well, you're sitting in a Macro Fire now, I'm going to duel you. And so his entire time was just spent dueling the Emperor.
That's why he didn't get a spell.
Yeah.
Because they just owned Madara that fight.
Yeah.
Just on to MNT once again in a world of trouble. 33, Amalan final. I say that. Playing it cool, doesn't even need the lasso. Trusting J4 to get that Ice Path out in time, and he sure does. Planet Dog, 16 to 14. This game proving to be very close at the moment between the two sides. Movement forward for Kaiser Skylark. Did have vision of him initially. Didn't actually go for the straight up duel. As maybe did he not quite reveal himself at the invis there, I think? It looked like he had the chance. Maybe he was worried about this backup being there for Planet Dog. As yeah, he didn't quite have the whole lineup there to back him up. Thug was down on the bottom lane. They can contest it potentially. They are smoking up. They are making their way straight towards it, but you're right, it's quick. Yeah, if he keeps getting crits like this, there is not going to be the chance for Mousesports as much as they wish. Skylark is so damn close. The Ice Path comes out, but it's already gone. Aya take the Roche kill, pick up the Aegis onto Kaiser. Sonic Wave comes down onto 3, with the Roost there onto Skylark. Lasso controlling Thug as well. They've lost the Legion Commander. Thug does get the blink out just in time. Can he actually get himself away from this? The Living Armor healing him back up. 3-3 continues to chase. Thug has another blink. He's certainly creating space as the whole team at Planet Dog are chasing him down. And I don't think they can quite catch him. He does not have a TP though. Whoa. And in fact, okay, with the silence, they find him. 33 Milan chasing down into the tree line. And again, continue to increase this lead that Planet Dog are starting to get over Mousesports' lineup.
Yeah, the more stuff like this that happens, as Tsunami was saying, is where the Chen is going to become a lot less effective.
Oh, there's a Chen in this game?
Yeah, pretty much. At this point, I would say that is an accurate assessment. I don't know, it just didn't feel like... Oh, MNT. I mean, there's a lot of issues this game, though. I think another one is like how good that is against Tree in general. Like, you lasso that target, you can't really living armor it anymore. You're very dependent on the
Dara's just thrown himself in it. He's going to be used up. They're looking to body block him as well, and he's going to be straight up dead. Lycan came in from the back trying to do something, but they had the ward. They knew he was coming in from that angle, and they just reacted immediately. He is now down for 40 seconds, and with this time and space, Planet Dog find themselves an easy tier 2 takedown.
Yeah, unfortunately, mid is pushed out pretty far, so don't think they'll be able to get the mid tier 2 off that. But at the very least, they'll be able to get the lane equilibrium going in their favor. Get the lane pushing past the river. It's all about pressure now. You know, Planet Dog, all they really need to do is just keep applying it, make sure that the Chen lineup doesn't get any more towers. Seems like it's a pretty okay path to victory for them.
Yeah, as we saw on the net worth, they're starting to get that lead very sharply. So the last few minutes has just been Mousesports dying over and over again. 6k gold lead coming up. BKB is now there on Thug, so between the BKB... Well, actually, no, sorry, didn't get the Yules this game. I mean, is there a reason why he gets the BKB instead of the Yules?
Well, he rushed Orchids.
Yeah, so you
can't really go like Orchid Yules against that team because
no.
The BKB is just too good. It gives you too much value against the damage and the sheer amount of control. So like if you try to self-Yules yourself against just a Night Stalker, it's fine. But you have to remember that you're setting yourself up for a potential Ice Path, a Searing Chains. You know, there's a lot of spells that you can get hit by as soon as you hit the ground before you have a chance to blink. So as a defensive item, Yules is not really that good this game.
Swift ending. Smoked up with Milan. J4 and 33. On the prowl. He's got that blink. He's got that initiation, and here we go. Draining onto Madara. You have the follow through. The Ice Path, the damage coming out for this Macropire and the physical from Swift ending. Just take him apart, and they're not done yet. Jump forward from 33. Gets the lasso onto Skylark. A quick crit from Swift ending. Secures a second kill. And things certainly seem to be falling apart big time for Mousesports here now in game 3. Spartan being chased down on the side. 33 blinks across, joining on the action as Chen hits the deck as well. Tier 2 to fall. And with a 9k gold lead, it's certainly looking to be a state of the game where you've got to ask yourself how to Mouse slow down this pressure and momentum the Planet Dog have. Swift ending in an incredible position. AC is going to be finished pretty damn soon, and they are now threatening the high ground with very little that Mousesports can do to stop it.
I don't know if they actually get a chance to racks. They pretty much need to be going down.
Yeah, they have
They still save that.
They still have
but-
Aegis. I mean, it's still...
And they bring them down once, that's the question. There's the change onto 2. BKB does come out from Thug. Kaiser falling low. Nice sonic wave amongst the midst of them all. Will take down the Reincarnation and the Batrider. So Fuels here on the Ember trying to play his way out of this. He throws out one remnant. Madara already on the retreat on the sideline. Throws down the walls. He's got to get himself out of it. But the slight interchange from Kaiser catching him off. He tries for the TP out. He's not going to make it. They've lost the Lycan. They have found 2 kills, Mousesports, but still the big ones remain alive. Great Fire Blast onto Thug. The Hand of God comes through. Kaiser in the midst of it all. He's been caught out by the root. There's no Aegis, of course, on him. The Yule's up. He's trying to keep himself alive here. He's always still alive. Is he actually going to get out? He is. He's the Slight, the Flame God. Kaiser able to walk it off, and Mousesports end up losing the full lineup. Everyone down. Triple kill for Swift Ending. And it really just feels like it's all too much for Mousesports at this stage of the game. As they may just have to take it through to the next one. Planet Dog, their lineup and the way that they laned, and the fact that Swift Ending just had the freest of games from the laning stage to this point. 8-3-11. It was, I mean, the Wraith King pick was perfect.
It got pretty much the exact opposite treatment of what I thought it would.
You got the complete opposite treatment of what happened to this character.
Yeah, exactly.
And now with the lasso onto Madara, things are going to get even uglier for Mouz. Oh, I say that, Spartan with a sweet save. We'll take the Lycan back. He's not going to be able to save the Rax though. Melee Rex down on the bottom lane. Melee and ranged, of course, deleted from the middle. Planet Dog with a good structural advantage now. As AC is out and complete for Swift Ending, he'll work towards that BKB next.
16,000 net worth on.
Yeah, it's really getting to the point where you say, how do you bring him down once, let alone twice in these fights? The items are just not there on the course. You know, we're still struggling to find that BKB on Madara's Lycan. Same to be said for Skylock. He has the Blink and an Ogre Club. It felt like, you know, as you said, Andy, they needed to do something different early on. And they didn't. They're now at an 18k gold deficit. And their lineup just is not suited for coming back from this sort of position.
Yeah, Chen is not a comeback hero. Never has been. So when you like walk around the map and try to apply pressure to lanes, get your kills. They got the safe lane tier 1 tower like what, 7 minutes? I feel like that tower is super important in its own right because you're a Chen, but you kind of get locked into this one style of play where you're like completely tower driven, and I think that's the main reason why they ignored Swift Ending. They were just like, nope, we need to get mid, we need to get top, we need to get those towers down. But even with those towers, the vision advantage is still kind of in the court of Planet Dog because they have nice Stalker and Bat. So normally when you kill towers, you get like this vision control and you get ways to invade the enemy jungle, and you can apply map pressure passively by just, you know, having them constricted to a smaller field of vision.
I think that's why it was a really good idea by Planet Dog to put the Wraith King in the bottom lane.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, I think the Mousesports' plan was, I'm going to take that top tier 1 because I want access to the... And so if Wraith King was there, then yeah, he was going to get pressure. But he was in the bot lane, and Mousesports was like, whatever, not my fault.
Yeah, that was the plan, but they're freaking cheating.
Still playing Chris one of his creeps. It's just fun.
Yeah, it disappeared. That thing does unreasonable amounts of damage. It hits harder than coup de grace on creeps, right?
Yeah, it does.
Because it's only 450 at level 18, I think.
Roshan back up in a minute and a half, and absolutely every reason for Planet Dog to play it safe if they wish and wait up the next stages and cheese. Really no pressure at all on this lineup now at this stage. With the commanding lead they have, 18k, closing up to 20. In a game where the recovery heroes are just not there on Mousesports' lineup. And can do their best to prolong what seems to be inevitable, but that's not going to last long when you're getting your Quap solo picked off by Kaiser.
How did he solo die? He has a BKB. He used his
used
BKB.
Oh. And you only use 1 remnant.
We'll forgive you. because I also did not see how he died.
I did not expect him to die. I knew he was down there, of course, but I was like, hey, this got BKB, he's fine. He was not fine.
I mean, all the credit in the world to Planet Dog. They played a phenomenal game.
Yeah, they have just blown Mousesports away in this game 3.
Alright. Wait, oh. Who did that? MNT?
Radiant structures are fortified.
Well, here we go. Smoke up as they look to move towards their final set of racks. Can they do anything about this? It really feels like the resounding answer is a big fat no. As Planet Dog are just moving in for the Megas. What can they do? Skylark jumps forward. They throw out the Overgrowth, but immediately Skylark, he's just losing his own duel. They've lost the Legion Commander. They'll get the Thug buyback involved. He pops the BKB, but they've lost a second. GG, well played is called. It really is all over in this third game for Mousesports as Planet Dog doing it in style, doing it with the Wraith King swagger. They now lead 2-1, 1 game away from that TI spot. And Mouse left on the rocks. They need those 2 victories at this stage of the game. Wow, I feel like we're probably not going to see the Chen again. It didn't feel. I mean, I think the hero can work just in this situation. Like,